This is The Space Shot, episode 94 for August 16th, 2017. Project Excelsior. Hey everyone, welcome to The Space Shot, your daily space history, pop culture, and news fix. I'm John Molnix. Earlier this morning, the SpaceX Dragon capsule successfully docked with the International Space Station. The Dragon is carrying the spaceborne computer, which was made by HP. The year-long experiment is designed to see if a high-performance computer can survive in space. This HP system uses off-the-shelf commercial components with a customized water cooling system due to the unique nature of microgravity. This commercial system stands in stark contrast to the extremely high-cost ruggedized systems that NASA currently employs on the space station and other spacecraft. High-performance computers will be needed on missions away from Earth, since crews would be dozens of light minutes away from ground controllers back on Earth. On August 16, 1960, Joseph Kittinger jumped from a high-altitude balloon that had reached an altitude of 102,800 feet, or about 20 miles above the surface of the New Mexico desert. This jump was the final one in Project Excelsior and was the most spectacular. Kittinger recalled that when he was ready to jump, he, quote, stood up, took one final look out, and then said a silent prayer, "Lord, take care of me now." Then I jumped over the side. I had gone through simulations many times, more than 100, but this time I rolled over and looked up, and there was the balloon just roaring into space. I realized, however, that the balloon wasn't roaring into space. I was going down at a fantastic rate. At about 90,000 feet, I reached approximately 614 miles per hour. The altimeter on my wrist was unwinding very rapidly, but there was no sense of speed. We determine speed visually when we see something go flashing by, but nothing flashes by at 20 miles up in the air. There are no signposts when you're way above the clouds. The entire jump, from stepping out of the balloon gondola to touching down in the New Mexico desert, took just under 14 minutes. Kittinger also participated in Project Stargazer, where he and astronomer William White spent over 18 hours at altitude performing astronomical observations and testing the pressure suits that were needed to keep them alive. The pressure suits like the one that Kittinger used were pioneered by aviator Wiley Post. Post and actor Will Rogers died on August 15, 1935, in a plane crash outside of Fairbanks, Alaska. Post needed to develop a pressure suit in order to be able to fly his Lockheed Vega, named Winnie Mae, at higher altitudes. Post flew in air races, and he correctly believed that flying at higher altitudes, in the area of about 30,000 feet, would allow him to take advantage of the, quote, high winds that were theorized to exist at those altitudes. The jet stream, as it's now known, are areas of fast air currents in Earth's upper atmosphere. Post's Lockheed Vega couldn't be pressurized because its fuselage was made out of wood, so he set about making a pressure suit that would keep him alive during those flights. Compare these early flights and jumps with the exploits of companies like Red Bull in the past few years. In 2012, Felix Baumgartner became the first person to break the speed of sound in a freefall after he jumped from the Red Bull Stratos balloon. In 52 years, we've gone from governments testing high-altitude jumps for pilot safety to private energy drink companies sponsoring these jumps for publicity. That's pretty remarkable if you ask me. One final note for today. On August 16, 1989, a solar flare impacted computers in Canada, stopping trading in their stock market. Check out the show notes for more information on today's episode, and be sure to connect with me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. Let me know what you think of the show by leaving a rating in iTunes. It takes just a minute, and it makes a huge difference because it helps even more people find the show. I'd appreciate if you could share the Space Shot with your friends and family and anyone else that enjoys podcasts. Tomorrow, Pioneer 7. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.